Today we have Mr. James Robert with us. He is officer in charge of Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations in Pakistan. Sir, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
First of all, I would like to congratulate all the members of FAO on the completion of 80 years of work.
Thank you very much.
As we know, FAO is completing 80 years of work around the world. So I would like to ask you, how do you see FAO's work in Pakistan, your overall journey so far?
Yeah, thank you for having us. FAO is a specialized organization of the United Nations, which leads international effort to fight food insecurity. Our goal is to make sure that everybody has access to enough and good quality food for good life and health. So in Pakistan, our journey has been quite a very fruitful journey. FAO works very closely with the government of Pakistan, with the provincial governments, to make sure that we are able to address all the underlying challenges of food insecurity. So in Pakistan, our work can be divided into two categories. We have the normative work, which is mainly to do with policy and guidelines, and we have had quite a successful journey with the different technical departments, working on a number of policies and a number of guidelines to make sure that people have secure food. The downstream activities, which are mainly which inform the bulk of our work, we work with different technical departments, with different provinces and the federal, to make sure that we are able to address different elements. I would divide our work in Pakistan in a number of categories. First and foremost, we are working on climate change, because Pakistan is a highly vulnerable country in terms of effects of climate change, including floods and heat waves. We also have another piece of work on animal health, where we work with the livestock departments to address animal health. We also work with the different food authorities to address issues of food safety. On nutrition, we are collaborating with a number of stakeholders, including within the UN, to make sure that we address the negative indices of food insecurity and malnutrition. We also work, when in times of emergency, FAO collaborates with different development partners to make sure that we respond to emergencies, especially in terms of doing analysis, making sure that our response is really appropriate and informed by data. So FAO works with a number of stakeholders depending on the need. And in the different provinces, FAO's programs are determined by the needs which are on the ground in the sector of food security, in the sector of agriculture, fisheries, natural resource management, and the like.
I was reading that FAO is working mainly in Balochistan and Sindh. I would like to ask you, in which province FAO faced more challenge, or FAO found that people are struggling more?
Okay, that is a very good question, because the nature of interventions that FAO does are usually informed by what is on the ground. And in each of these provinces, we have very unique challenges. When you go to Balochistan, the issue of water for agriculture is a real problem. When you go to Sindh, the issues of flooding are really a major problem. And this year, we have seen that Punjab as well has a serious problem. So I wouldn't say that any of these provinces has bigger problems than the other. They are just unique to the province. So in working, we normally try to look at where there are gaps where we can support the government, where we can support the existing organizations to make sure that we are able to have the right and appropriate timely interventions. So in each of the provinces, we have different interventions. And climate change, I will say, cuts across all the provinces, and this is informing much of our programming. Yes.
Would you like to tell me that how FAO is working in rural areas to improve their life, especially we can say women and young people? Is there any specific project?
Yes. The future of a country like Pakistan, especially amidst climate change, lies in the hands of the youth and the women. Because whenever there is a calamity, these are some of the most affected segments of the population. So in Pakistan, our programming is done through a gender transformative lens, making sure that in all the interventions we have, women and youth are at the center of our initiatives. The idea is to make agriculture dignified. And in Pakistan, we have a number of programs of building skills of the youth and women to make sure that they are also competitive in the industry. We are taking agriculture as an industry, and the idea is to make it dignified. We have a number of financial literacy trainings. We have a number of skills development trainings for different women and youth. We organize them in groups called Women Open Schools, or for the youth, farmer field schools. And in here, groups of farmers work together, agree to work together to address a given problem. And this is where all the extension workers come and provide the skills development. So with all these clusters of groups that we are working with, there is a community of practice that we end up developing in a given location addressing specific problems.
Would you like to tell me that what are the main goals and you can say programs for the future in Pakistan FAO is planning?
Yes. Over the years, we have had a number of good lessons, a number of emerging practices. And first and foremost, we need to consolidate on these good lessons that have emerged. The other thing that FAO intends to work on jointly with the rest of the UN in Pakistan is to work on the agriculture food systems transformation. We need to transform the agriculture system to make sure that we are able to address all the challenges right from the garden to the plate, meaning that we would like to improve on how the different stakeholders, the different players in the food value chain are able to collaborate to make sure that we are able to grow food in a more sustainable manner, but also making sure that the food that people are consuming is safe and healthy. So this is one major area that we, together with the rest of the UN, are working. The other area that we would like to really work with government is to make sure that we move away from a three-crop economy to a more diversified agri-food system, because there are a number of opportunities, there are a number of high-value crops that can be integrated in the present food system to make sure that people are able to get more income, but also to have more nutritious food on the plate. The other area that FAO would like to do work is to strengthen our present collaboration with the private sector. Because if we are to have agriculture to be vibrant, then the private sector has a very important role to make sure that they're able to link the smallholder producers to the local market, but also the international market. And we have seen this work in different projects that we have implemented. The other thing that we would like to really consolidate our interventions is ensuring that we digitalize some of the agricultural practices, the processes. We try to look at how do we streamline or mainstream artificial intelligence to have precision agriculture, because this is the only way that Pakistan is going to be able to really compete with the rest of the countries. Lastly, we would like to also strengthen Pakistan's ability to participate in the international trade by addressing the big challenge of food safety. We want to work with the government to make sure that we put in place mechanisms of addressing the aflatoxin, reducing the aflatoxin levels, reducing the pesticide levels in the products that we are exporting. Because Pakistan has the ability to compete very favorably when it comes to agricultural produce on the international market. And this is one area that FAO is committed to working with the government to make sure that we are able to address the underlying challenges that are leading to rejection of some of our produce on the international market.
Very happy to know that FAO is having all these plans, and we are looking forward. And I was reading that, if I'm not wrong, you are having more than 3 years of experience in Pakistan here.
Yes.
And I would like to ask how your journey is going in Pakistan so far.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a very personal story that I really always like telling people that, I've worked in Africa. I've partly been in our headquarters in Rome. And now, the last 3 years, I'm in Pakistan. And for me, it is a new challenge. It's the same people, but different challenges. And I love the energy, the rich culture that we have in Pakistan. Each of the provinces has a very unique culture. And culture is defined by the type of food, the type of music, the type of dressing. And all these things fascinate me. So for me, I'm enjoying my path in Pakistan because there is a lot around the culture, and it is a nice place to really work. Yeah.
I hope you will have more good memories here.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Thank you so much for being here, for your time, and for the brief introduction of FAO's work. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today. Thank you.